Hi everyone, welcome to the annual general meeting and committee election results. I'm Cathy Hagan, I'm a principal lecturer at the University of Cumbria and currently the chair of AAPE. This is what the afternoon is going to look like. We've got plenty to get through, so without further ado, let's make a start. Our current structure is there for you to see on the slide with our current members. I would like to point out that we do have advisors, and Katrina McLean has stepped into the AAPE advisor role to NHSE workforce transformation and education. Pippa Clark represents midwifery and neonatals. Vicky MacArthur was a co-opted member, and Hilary looks after the EPA assessors. We've also got international representation on the communication subgroup of I can't think of the name of the organisation, it's just gone out of my head, sorry. So next up, the minutes for the AGM for 2022 were available on the website for review. We've put them up this year as a video so that you can hear everything that was discussed. It has been approved by the committee. At the end of the AGM, I asked for any issues or any matters arising from the last AGM, and we received nothing from the membership. So going forwards, I'd just like to go over what we have been doing over the last year from 22 to 23. So thank you, Helen, for your support and for your new sponsorship. We truly value that. As I said this morning, with this increased support, we're now able to offer AAPE UK membership free. So if your HEI hasn't joined yet, then please do. We've had some work already published in the International Journal of Advanced Practice. We've been working with the Council of Deans for Health and supporting the work around credential delivery. We have signed a memorandum of understanding between AAPE UK, WAPN and SAPN, which is the Welsh Advanced Practice Education Network and the Scottish Advanced Practice Education Network. There has been increased visibility for the association within the educational sector, but there has also been wider representation on the committee from the 4 countries. We have widening involvement and high-level representation with major stakeholders, and we are continuing to work with NHS England and developments in the Centre for Advancing Practice and the credential implementation projects. Next, we have been working with the professional bodies, especially the Nursing and Midwifery Council, and the current work being undertaken around the regulation of advanced practice that's in progress. To report that Advanced Practice Week last year was a great success, and our social media Twitter followers are now over 4,000. If you don't follow us already, please do at AAPE UK and join us. Our endpoint assessment meetings for the ACP apprenticeships in England are ongoing and extremely popular, and now a subgroup has been formed for the independent assessors to meet. ACP apprentice materials continue to be in the membership area, and we now have a place on the website for each of the individual 4 countries. So what I'd like to do now is talk to you about some proposed changes to the Constitution that have come, especially the first 4, 5, that refer to fees. So we have wording about fully paid up members in Article 6.11, 6.13, 6.14, and we'd like to remove those now. Section 6.2.7 is to remove the entire section, because that talks about entrance fees for AAPE UK events. And in Article 6.3, we'd like to remove the entire article that refers to membership fees. We would also like to add a social media manager to the committee structure. 7.6, we would also like to add that committee members who do not engage or attend APA UK activity without good cause may be removed by the committee at the time of re-election. Now that's to enable APA to respond to calls from organisations who want to work with us, and all of us need to take responsibility and work across all of the systems. And then in Article 7.8, we would like to add that the AGM will be recorded and stored on the API website for members to review. If anybody has any issues or would like to discuss those further, please drop me an email. Or, you know, if you want to say yes, you agree to them, again, just drop us an email. Thank you. So next is the most important part of today, and that's to welcome those people who have been re-elected and elected. So the first, we're going to do the re-elections. So I'd like to re-welcome Anna Jones, who is the Deputy Chair and now the Chair Designate for June 24. To Diane Reid, who is a current member, and she's currently looking after social media. And the committee have given full membership to our co-opted member, Vicky MacArthur, in recognition of the work that she's doing with the endpoint assessment and those organisations. I would like to welcome our new members. So we have John Cathcart from Ulster University, who will become our new Northern Ireland representative. Victoria Duffy, who is from the University of Sunderland, and to Stephen Andrew White, who is from Great Ormond Street Hospital, and he's the Deputy Director of Education there. I would also like to thank the committee members who are standing down and retiring. So Donna McConnell has been looking after the elections for the last few years, and she's retiring. Claire Graham has a job role change, and Ramandeep Sandhu unfortunately can't give time to the organisation. So that's it from me for a few minutes. So I'd like to hand over now to Deborah Slade, who's our Treasurer.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying the conference, and I'm just here to summarise the financial situation for APE over the last financial year. So this will be from April 2022 through to April this year, 2023. So if I can have the next slide, please. So this slide just summarises it's some money that was shared with us in 2019 by HEE, and the purpose was to scale up the delivery of advanced clinical practice and to promote engagement and help health education institutions to develop further in advanced practice. And committee members organised things like workshops and masterclasses, and pre-COVID these were face-to-face, so there's quite an extensive organisation of those. Since then we've developed online packages for HE to use to promote advanced clinical practice. These activities were based around things like patient-centred care, population health, mental and physical health integration, work-based learning and mapping against the HE ACP framework. In more recent years, since 2021, the funds for this has morphed into the Credentialing Implementation Project, which is the top one there you can see. And this has helped us to have some input in the development and quality assurance of multi-professional advanced practice credentials to address the high priority workforce development needs. And the format for these is in units of assessed learning to develop capability in a particular area. Now, whilst there's a positive balance still in that project money, that's subsequently been used. So both of those project monies are now at zero balance. The second one was to do with work with Health Education England to support the embedding and review of the multi-professional framework and support the development of speciality pathways to complement the framework. And then that more recently has been used to maximise the opportunity of the Academy for Advanced and Consultant Practice, which morphed into the Centre for Advancing Practice. And then even more recently, we've helped with the development of the EPA for the Advanced Practice Apprenticeship Pathways. So all of those funds have subsequently been spent and have been put to good use. So the next slide. This actually summarises the AAPE bank account without those project monies. At the top, you'll see there was a positive balance carried over. And then subsequently, over the last financial year, we were still collecting membership fees. So these are there, £5,800. And then we also sponsor members for conference attendance, for project work, for research. So there's paid out virtually most of the membership fees were used for that purpose. Hallam Medical sponsor us every year, and we have improved that collaboration recently, as Kathy alluded to previously. And then obviously the conference was paid out last year of those funds. We still support consultancy work on behalf of AAPE because we like to actively participate around the table as a critical friend and an influencer for the development of advanced practice. And sometimes that incurs some fees, which we need to use from the account. And then there are miscellaneous payments there for things like upkeep of the website, Google account, and just the slight overspend for the Centre for Advancing Practice, which we mopped up with AAPE funds. The funds remain in a positive balance, and because we are a non-for-profit organisation, we will continue to use that money to support sponsorship of people that need conference funds and project work funding, etc. But there will be no longer any membership fees, as Kathy pointed out previously. So that's the current bank account, and next year I will go over it again with the new arrangement with Hallam, which we are very grateful for. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, so an update of the developments in Scotland. So what have we been up to? So we've mentioned already that the North of Scotland Academy and Robert Gordon University successfully bid to host the 2024 ICN Nurse Practitioner Advanced Practice Nurse Network Conference. So plans are underway to develop the conference, and that will be running from the 9th to the 12th of September 2024. And the link to the conference webpage is there, and we can add it into the chat box for you as well. So please keep an eye on the conference webpage, because that's where all the updates and information about the progress we're making will go. We have an advanced practice toolkit that is undergoing a refresh, and a new version of it will be ready for a soft launch in July 23, with the full launch going to take place during National Advanced Practice Week in November 2023. The Scottish Advanced Practice Educators Network was established in 2021, and we have got wide representation from both higher education institutes and key partners such as NHS 24 and the Scottish Ambulance Service. So the main aim of these multi-professional meetings is to support and ensure development of a national approach to advanced practice education. So we're working on a range of things. We are working together to embed an assessment of capacity module into advanced practice programmes. We've developed competencies for learning disability and autism, and we need to work together to embed them within programmes. We've collaborated to develop a national rotational continuous professional development programme for advanced practitioners. We have a national advanced practice newsletter that's published twice annually and continues to be quite well received. The NHS Recovery Plan that was published in August 21 committed a portion of funding to invest within the recovery and renewal of the health service. So a key requirement for that recovery plan was about having the right workforce in place at the right time. So medical associate professions, MAPs, have been identified as a potential alternative workforce. So based on the requirement within the recovery plan, the Scottish Government has appointed NEST to undertake the commission to map current and future demand and opportunities that are arising for MAP roles across Scotland. So objectives of the Commission service and educational needs analysis are going to inform outcomes of the Commission. There's 4 MAP roles under consideration, and these are physician's associate, an anaesthesia associate, surgical care practitioners and advanced critical care practitioners. Findings from the first phase of the programme will be reported to the Scottish Government, and this will help inform significant contribution to the ongoing workforce and service consideration. The MAP roles support NHS Scotland boards to deliver that flexible and resilient workforce, and they'll continue to contribute to the increased clinical capacity required by the NHS Recovery Plan by enabling us to have the right workforce in the right place at the right time. So there's some examples that are available on the next slide that look to the work that's ongoing within Scotland. So I'm going to hand over now to my colleague, John.
Prynawn da, good afternoon. A nice warm welcome and a hello from Wales. So I've been asked to come and present and give an update on the advanced practice activities in Wales. As you can see, there's 2 representations on the AAPE committee from Wales, and that's the wonderful Anna Jones and myself, Jonathan Thomas, who currently I am the chair of the Welsh Advanced Practice Educators Network, which is known as WAPN. Next slide, please. So in Wales, we've had a lot of excitement and a lot of activities been going on. We've had the Advanced Practice Framework, and it's been established since 2010. We've had a relaunch of it, and that was launched in June 2023. So a task and finish group worked looking at reviewing it, looking at enhanced, advanced and consultant level practice. And it's been exciting. Who's leading that work has had his contract extended, so hopefully we can look at supporting the implementation of this new framework. HEIW and advanced practice at the moment. In Wales, we've got the All Wales Advanced Practice Advisory Group, and that's made up of clinicians and managers from health boards. And they've been looking at and doing some work around advanced practice portfolios alongside HEIW. So that's Health Education and Improvement Wales. So Health Education Improvement Wales are our commissioners for education, and they're also involved in strategic workforce planning. So the All Wales Advisory Group and HEIW have come together, and they've been looking at the All Wales Advanced Practice portfolio. They've run it, and now they've launched the use of the MARS system. the MARS system has been used by our medical colleagues and now become available for our advanced practitioners in Wales to utilise to evidence their practice. The All Wales Advisory Group are also working on developing generic advanced practice job descriptions. So that work's currently in development, so it's an exciting time around that as well. Next slide, please. In terms of our commissioners of education and as universities, there's a 5-year process at the moment in terms of commissioning post-registration education. And at the moment, the community nurse education is going through that tendering process. In Wales, we are eagerly awaiting the tendering process for both advanced practice and independent prescribing. But at the moment, so we're looking at skill programs and SPQ programs. In terms of WAPN itself, so the Welsh Advanced Practice Educators Network, we have been doing lots of bits of work. We've been beavering around. So, for example, we've been working internationally. So you met Lillian and Wim today. So we've been working with them, providing student learning opportunities, shared learning. So there's been international events with WAPN university students enrolled in advanced practice programs. So they've been able to share cases, as Lillian was talking about earlier today, and it's given that enhanced learning experience, learning about international advanced practice. SAPN, so the Scottish Advanced Educators Network, as you heard from Colette, and we've also worked with HAPN, which is the Humberside Advanced Practice Educators Network. So we've done lots of exciting projects. I know Claire will be talking about one in a bit. We've hosted quite a few online CPD events, which have been quite well attended, which is quite great. The other things just to note then, we've talked about regulation. We've heard NMC regulating, and it's great that Wales have been invited to support a representation. So it's great to have Wales at that table providing our input. And just to say, we're just continuing doing our little pockets of advanced practice and development throughout the country. So pockets of Reed talked about in Iron Bevan, where they do verification of the advanced practice title. Likewise, we do that here in Swansea. Education developments are happening. So, for example, up in North Wales and again down in South Wales, we're delivering an advanced practice programme full-time specifically for the Welsh Ambulance Service to upskill their advanced practice workforce. So that's just a nutshell of what's happening in Wales. It is an exciting time, so there's lots going on. Now I'm going to hand you over to my colleague, I believe is Kathy, who's going to represent Northern Ireland. Thank you.
Hi, I'm not Donna, as you can see. I'd just like to, again, extend a huge thank you to Donna McConnell, who's worked with us for a number of years on the committee, and for all the hard work that she's undertaken. So in Northern Ireland, education for advanced practice does not follow the advanced practitioner, clinical practitioner route. Instead, education for advanced nursing practice and AAPE advanced practice are run separately with different strategic frameworks and courses for each individual profession. In advanced nurse practitioners, there are 5 pathways at Ulster University in primary care, adult medical and older people, emergency care, a children's pathway and mental health. Queen's University offers an additional pathway of the AMP in critical care. Every year, the Department of Health or GP federations commission a specific number of students for each pathway, and self-funders are not accepted. This is because of the practice arrangements that are required to be fulfilled. Each student becomes an AMP trainee at a Band 7 over the 2 years. They work 3 days a week in practice and have 2 days a week in university. This equates to 258 days over 2 years under the supervision of a clinical practice supervisor. There should also be a specified role identified for them on completion, which should be at a band 8A. Currently, the provision of so many pathways, some with small numbers, is being reviewed, with the outcome likely that there is a more generic course offered, with pathway-specific education being undertaken in the practice area. At AAPE level in Northern Ireland, we continue to develop new areas, and we are specifically looking at equine facilitated therapy for occupational therapists, physiotherapists and speech and language therapists, which we have grown and are now expanding. This aligns with the equine culture on the island of Ireland. We are realigning modules with the strategic direction in healthy lifestyle, healthy cities, and of course, collective management leadership. Thank you. Now I think I'm going to carry on. So I'm just going to run over what we've been doing over the last year in England. So we have been, as we have already said, heavily involved in the development and implementation of credentials with the Centre for Advancing Practice. And that work's being undertaken by Katrina McLean and Sally Gosling. There is a widening interpretation of the multi-professional framework in current review. The work around enhanced, advanced and consultant level practice is progressing, as you've heard throughout today. Other topics have been the NMC current review and regulation of advanced practice, educational supervision, and working alongside the Centre for Advancing Practice. There is an overall increase in ACP trainees at this moment. Just like to thank Katrina McLean and Sally Gosling for their invaluable work alongside the credentials. There was 3 sessions recently, and all these sessions have been recorded and are now available on the AAPE website. So if you were unable to attend any of the sessions or you missed one or another, then they're there for you to catch up with. So next up, we've still got AAPE representation in all key groups, supporting course accreditation, educational and assurance group, and credential and curriculum development and implementation. We also continue to support the apprenticeships for advanced clinical practitioners in England. And as I said earlier, Vicky has now developed a subgroup for independent assessors to be able to get together and have those discussions about what it is to be an independent assessor. And we're going to be sharing that learning through, obviously, through AAPE. Now, at this point, I would like to introduce, I think it's Colette, who has some bits and pieces that she would like to share.
Thank you, Kathy. So yes, it's me again. So just really wanting to raise the profile of this conference that we're going to run in Aberdeen. It's an international conference and it's an opportunity to network with colleagues. It's also an opportunity to showcase the amazing work that's going on across the UK in terms of advanced practice. So do please consider attending that, and the webpage link is in the chat as well. You can access all the information from there and it will be updated as we move forward. Secondly, I want to speak to you about some research that we're launching today. So we spoke this morning, or I mentioned this morning in the panel discussion, that some of the assessments that we use are heavily linked to medical colleagues. So we're really keen to explore experiences of OSCE assessment from both a student and an educator's perspective, to try and understand what's happening out there. So OSCE assessment was instituted in the University of Dundee in 1975, and it's used now really worldwide. It's been adopted in both undergraduate and postgraduate curricula. So really keen to look at it specifically in terms of advanced practice, to see what do people think about it. Is it a valid assessment? Is it an assessment that people are completely stressed about? What's your thoughts about it? So really keen that you have a look at the links. The links to the surveys are within these slides as well, and the slides are available with all the PowerPoints, narrated PowerPoints posters. So please do consider that. Finally, just really keen that we highlight the RCN Foundation. There are a range of supportive financial support available from the RCN, so providing grants to those who are facing hardships, providing education grants to those who wish to enhance their skills and develop their practice, and also investment in the profession by funding nursing-led projects and research. So all of the detail is available in this slide as well, that will be available to you after the conference. And I think handing back to Kathy now, thank you.
Thanks, Colette. So we're just going to move on now to our action plans. I'm just going to go back to the previous slide. So we're going to continue with our 4 country activities, as you've heard. We are going to promote membership of AAPE UK to more universities, with the hope that everybody, now it's free, will be able to join, and we will have a huge community of practice. We're going to continue the work with NHSE, workforce transformation and education, alongside the work of the professional bodies, especially the NMC and the review of advanced practice regulation, and of course with the Council of Deans for Health. Continue further developing international relationships and collaborations, develop more research and publication outputs, strengthen those links through discourse with SAPN and WAPN, refresh the website is a big undertaking that's going to be happening over the next few months. Just a reminder that the Advanced Practice Workbook is available for students on the website for members. We do have Advanced Practice Week coming up in November 2023, and I think, if my memory serves me right, it's the 13th to the 18th of November. Our conference and AGM date for 2024 will be confirmed, and we will do that through the website and through Twitter. We would love to hear any suggestions that any of the members have got that they would like AAPE to focus on going forwards over the next 12 months. So please do get in touch with any member of the committee and let us know what you'd like us to look at. There is a huge amount of work going on around the country with various organisations, and we will be sending through to the membership an updated action plan for 22-23 within the next 2 weeks. So I would just like to, we've done that. So if has anybody got any other business? Are there any questions or comments in the chat? Nope, can't hear anything. So what I'd like to do now is it's poster time. So I would like to welcome Alex Munro from Hallam Medical, who has sponsored all of the prizes and all of the goodie bags. So Alex, over to you.
Thank you very much, Kathy. And I have to say, it's an absolute privilege to support the AAPE UK conference and its members. And I do want to congratulate you all, the whole of the AAPE team, on bringing this all together today. I know how much hard work has gone into it, but it's clearly been well worth it because it's been a fantastic day. However, it's been a long day. Some of you have not had much sleep, so I believe, and there's been some fantastic posters that have been submitted. I think there was 18 in total. So in a way, you are all winners because all of you will receive a Hallam Medical goodie bag. I'll get it in there now. However, there can only be 3 people winning the top 3 prizes. I know you're all nervous and gripped to know who's won these prizes. So here goes. The top 3 in 3rd place. Here it is. In 3rd place, winning the £50 voucher is the lovely Colette Henderson. In 2nd place, winning £100 vouchers from Hallam Medical, a goodie bag, and £100 book voucher from Routledge, Taylor and Francis, is Dr. Andrew Radley. And in top place, and I'm surprised to see Anna actually in this, not because she's not very good, but I know she's extremely gracious about these type of things. But in top place, the winner is Anna Jones, the wonderful Anna, and she has won a £150 voucher with £100 book voucher, again kindly donated by Routledge, Taylor and Francis, and of course a goodie bag. Congratulations to all of you, and Kathy, again, may I wish you the very best in your retirement from AAPE, but for the future of the AAPE conference moving forwards. You really have put it in a great position. Well done. Over to you.
Hello. Hi everybody. Apologies for that. Well, you finally get to see me today, and I think you'll agree that the AAPE team have made a great job of supporting the presenters today. And thanks to the team, and that includes Dan and all of the people at AUTV, to Hallam Medical and all of the speakers. It's been an outstanding day. Thank you to all also who are part of the wider AAPE family. And we very much look forward to working with you and collaborating with you over the next few years. And so here at the end of the day, I'd just like to take a couple of minutes to thank our current chair, Kathy. Well, where do I start? My friend, role model, and a hero without a cape. Kathy, you've led us admirably, your little band of committed advanced practice worshippers over some very uneven ground. The past few years have been choppy, from the pandemic to, in England, the HEE and now NHSE rise of the Centre for Advanced Practice, and the hard work that the smaller but perfectly formed, Jill, you know who you are, nations that have and are putting in to ensure that our clinicians and educators are at the forefront of developments to their practice and game. Kathy, you've created a safe space for us for inclusive discussion and debate, never forgetting that you and AAPE UK represent us all as 4 nations. You are the epitome of the advanced practice characteristics that we all aspire to. So it is with mixed emotions that we will part ways this year as you demit the chair, but rest assured you will still be hassled no end as a friend and as a sage advisor. Thank you for everything, as you are and have been an outstanding, compassionate leader, advisor, guide and mentor, with a good dollop of humour and some gentle teasing when things just don't quite go to plan or our way. I know that I echo everyone's sentiments here at AAPE UK and Hallam Medical when I say thank you. and have the most marvellous retirement. We're not jealous, honestly. Diolch o galon I ti am bopeth, a fyddai'n weld eisiau di'n fawr iawn. Lot fawr o geriad I ti. Thank you.
I'm going to promise I won't cry, but thank you so much for that, Anna. That was lovely. I'd just like to bring the day to a close by thanking everybody who has given their time today in such a thought-provoking way. There are still many facets of advanced practice that need further clarity, especially as Katrina McLean tweeted earlier, the greatest area of risk is from some agencies, out-of-hours providers, GPs and all smaller organisations who may not have a robust governance framework embedded to support advanced practice for a multitude of reasons. My question back is, should the ICNs, PCNs and training boards have greater input in all commissioned areas? Should the regional faculties and national teams be involved in reviewing governance arrangements when they are funding training programs for advanced practice? And it was great to see Bev's response on Twitter to put this on the national team agenda. Although the maturity matrix is an enabler to support employers, it is not an enforcer, as James Pratt succinctly describes. It can assist all organisations to build good employment practices and so improve advanced practice governance. For me, it's all employers must take a greater role in improving governance in all areas of healthcare, but especially in advanced practice. It was also good to hear that the CQC will be asking questions around advanced practice roles within their inspections in all areas that they regulate. Good governance and employment practice in all areas of healthcare will lead to improved public safety and ultimately reduce risk. And employers must shoulder some of that responsibility. It has been the most inspiring day that has provoked lots of fantastic dialogue around regulation, supervision and education, and hearing from our advanced practice colleagues in the 4 countries. And we all hope that you have enjoyed it and take away with you renewed vigour for all things advanced practice. Thank you for all your questions. We hope that we answered or partially answered most of them. My advanced practice journey is coming to a close after 42 years as a nurse and 27 since I started my advanced practice role. I've had the most amazing career. I still have imposter syndrome and I still learn something new every day. Thank you to everyone who has supported me over the years, and I look forward to being cared for by advanced practitioners in later life. Once again, thank you to Hallam for their generous sponsorship and to AOTV for their fabulous platform. We'll publish the date of the next conference on the AAPE website and Twitter, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care and thank you very much.